In this lesson, you'll learn how to add a key attribute general category to the tab menu of an existing system entity. So I'm going to log on as the system administrator and just remind you about what we're going to create. So I'm going to go across now and look at an existing company. So here we are looking at the company entities main summary page, and we can see that within the tab menu there's a menu option called key attributes, and it's in here that we see a questionnaire being displayed. So this is an example of a key attribute questionnaire being presented to us. So this is a general category shown in this way. We're going to go through the process of adding in a new key attribute question underneath the person entity and changing the existing company key attributes general category to allow us to request further questions and forms. So we've got to come into the administration and go into advanced customization and then down into key attributes. So we've come into administration, advanced customization, key attributes. Now we have got a number of different categories created in here. There's the default example that was provided by the demo system, and the two different types of categories that were created designed to be asked about the person and associated with the person, and also the skills needed example, which is to be asked about the company as well. And the existing installed software is asking about installed software associated with the company in addition. To allow us to associate this, we have to go associate with the tab menu. We have to go into the category group, and within the category group we'll see that there are in fact three different areas. In this lesson we're only going to consider the general category group, which is the way in which we set up the menu structure. And you'll notice that there's a group here called existing software, and this is the category that is currently being used underneath the company context. Now I want to create one that is going to be used underneath the person context, so I'm going to choose new, and this is going to be my person key attributes, and I will provide a description and say that these are questions associated with the person entity. And in order to do this, I need to then select the category that I want to use. Now, it's important to identify that it's the person skills that we're looking at here and not the parental category, because parental categories can't associate data. They can't hold data with them. So it has to be one of the categories that we're using here, and it's the person skills category that I want. And I can now then just save this, and we've created for ourselves a person key attribute questionnaire. The way in which we now use that person KA, that person key attributes questionnaire, it can be shown by going into the customization area and changing the menu options for the person entity. So I'm going to come into administration, customization, person, and I want to have a look at the tab menu, and the tab menu is person, and currently there is an option under here that we can use. We can see that there's an action in the system actions available to us, which are called key attributes. So if we look through here, there's an option for key attributes, and I'm going to call this, and let's call this skills, the menu option, and the system action that we want to use is key attributes. And the key attribute category that we want to use is the person KA. So if I put skills, person KA, and add that in, we can see that we've now got, if we run this up next to the quick look area of the person, a new menu option that if we navigate to look at a person, we'll see that we can now survey and collect information about that person's skills. So I can add the category and we can start to record what skills that person has. And we can choose save. Now this is an example of a single instance category, so I can't add this again. I can't add another set. All I can do is change the information that we're storing about this particular person. So we can change and make alterations to the information that is stored here. So that's the idea of adding a general category from scratch. But what I'd like to do is start to develop the idea of what happens if we've got more than one category that we want to use. For example, we have here the idea of currently the installed software is being used. This is what we see if we look at the GateCom information. And if we go into GateCom, we can see the idea of the installed software. Well, here what we have to do is we have to alter the existing general category that has been created and add in the information from our new questionnaire that we've built, our new category that we've built. And by doing that, what we can do is go into advanced customization. So I've come into administration, advanced customization, and then I can go into key attributes, and I need to go into the category grouping where we've got the existing group called existing software. Now we'll see that the existing group has got the installed software added to it. And if we want to be able to record skills needed as well, we can just choose to select that, and that gets added into the group. We don't need to do any further change because it's the existing software that's being used. And if we were to look at where the customization takes place underneath the company context and look at the tab group, so I've come into administration, customization, company for the company tab group, we can see that the key attributes option here is using this key attribute group called existing software. And we've just extended this to include the multiple instance category of skills needed. And if I cancel out of this screen, switch across into the main menu where we've got our company, and now go on to the key attributes, we may see that we've got information held here about the installed software. But if we now select a category, we can see that we can also add in the skills needed, and we can choose to add this category in, and you can see that we can start to record the skills that are needed for this particular role. So we can add in the title that we need, and we can save that, and that information is then held here, and we can add in other information as necessary as well. So we can choose to add in as well the information that we want. So this is an example of a multiple instance category where we can ask the same question again and again and again. Okay, so what we've seen here is how we can create general categories, and you can see that they're created underneath administration, advanced customization, underneath key attributes, and we can see that underneath the category grouping we've both been able to create a new category group to be called from the person entity and edit an existing category group that is called from the company context.